many, it seems like at long last, the DOJ is dishing out justice to abortion activists who vandalized pro-life properties in Florida. Caleb Freestone and Amber Smith-Stewart are charged with attacking pro-life centers, including one owned by the Archdiocese of Miami. They allegedly spray-painted threatening language on the buildings and now face up to 12 years in prison. So, are the wheels of justice now in motion, and will other pregnancy resource centers also get a nod from the feds? And joining us tonight with answers is Jeremy Dyes, Special Counsel for Litigation and Communications at First Liberty Institute. Jeremy, thanks for being on today. We really appreciate it. For those who are not familiar with this story, can you give us a quick overview?
Yeah, I think we all remember this past summer when over 100 different pregnancy resource centers from Miami all the way up to Massachusetts and everything in between suffered all kinds of vandalism, broken windows, fire bombings in some places, spray paint, and even spray painting around just vulgar messages around statues of the Virgin Mary. These were all efforts to intimidate, harass, and otherwise scare people away from providing these services. Now, we know what pregnancy care centers do in this country. They help women and their children in times of crisis pregnancies. They do such crazy things like giving away free diapers and free baby formula and teaching them how to be good parents. And yet, everyone from these terrorists all the way to Senator Warren and attorneys general in the state of Massachusetts have condemned these pregnancy care centers and their activity. I'm so glad to see the federal government finally getting around to prosecuting some of these ne'er-do-wells, and I hope that they receive the full book of justice thrown at them.
And I understand that many of your clients work at the 100-plus pro-life centers that have been hit by these vandals over the past year. What have you been hearing from them, if anything, about these arrests, and are they encouraged?
They've been terribly perplexed, and by this arrest, they find themselves wonderfully encouraged that finally, it seems like they had thought that at this point they would see no justice whatsoever at any point, and that these two arrests have been made, that the indictment has been brought down. There's hope in the future that perhaps they'll be made whole as well. But I got to tell you, there's a whole lot more of these pregnancy resource centers, including the ones that were attacked. Criminal charges are certainly appropriate, but the FACE Act, the Free Access to Clinic Entrances, protects pregnancy resource centers as well. And we are eager to defend them and ensure that they are made whole for the wrongful actions that have been taken against their facilities. And so we look forward to working at firstliberty.org to protect these religious institutions and many others to be able to practice the faith that they so much love.
Jeremy, talk to us about the DOJ response up until now, or lack thereof.
Yeah, look, I think it's no big secret that the president has taken and his administration has taken a position that is counter to these pregnancy resource centers. Senator Warren has come out and investigated people like Heartbeat of Miami, or Heartbeat International. At least she's tried to investigate Heartbeat International, and we've told them no. The Attorney General of Massachusetts has accused these pregnancy resource centers of deceptive trade practices, and we've had to respond to that as well. So I think when the Department of Justice was tasked with investigating these vandalism crimes, there was a real concern that the political ideology shared by the administration might trickle its way down to members of law enforcement. I think we're all now encouraged to see these individual FBI agents and, in fact, the U.S. attorneys that have been tasked with it now indicting members of Antifa that have charged or have spray painted terrible messages like, "We're coming for you and you're not safe, and if abortion is not safe, then neither are you." There are men and women that have volunteered their hours that are in real danger. And so this now sense of relief, I think, when the wheels of justice have begun to put in motion, I think is palpably felt by many of these volunteers across the country.
And Jeremy, we have probably about a minute left or so, but final thoughts.
Yeah, look, I think if you're one of these pregnancy resource centers that has found yourself on the wrong end of these vandals, there are options and resources available to you that we would love to be able to discuss with you. So I'd encourage them to go to firstliberty.org so we can get in touch. Every religious institution deserves the right to be able to execute their mission according to the way that they see fit to do so without being violently harassed by those who are ideologically driven against you. Thank you for the DOJ for doing what they've done so far in this investigation and indictment. We hope that they will continue to make these pregnancy resource centers whole by honoring their commitment, not only to their commitment to life, but to religious liberty at its foundational level.
Well, Jeremy, thank you so much for coming on today and for your insights. Really appreciate them.
Thank you.